The middle school hallway buzzed with noise, whispers, giggles, and curious glances. Emma, a quiet 13-year-old girl, walked slowly, her small hand gripping tightly to her little brother Liam's. Liam was only 4, clutching her fingers as he looked around with wide eyes, unaware of the stares. Students stopped and pointed. One girl sneered under her breath, "Why is she bringing a baby to school?" The words spread like wildfire, carried in whispers and snickers. A group of boys snickered, making jokes Emma tried to ignore. Emma's cheeks burned, but she kept walking, trying to shield Liam from the cold eyes and harsh words. Suddenly a teacher appeared, her face stern. She gently took Emma's arm and pulled her aside. Emma's heart pounded, unsure what would happen next. Every morning, long before the sun rose, Emma was already awake. She quietly slipped out of bed, careful not to wake her little brother, Liam, who still slept soundly. First she got him dressed in his favorite blue sweater, the one with a tiny hole in the sleeve. She packed a small snack, an apple and a sandwich wrapped in a worn plastic bag, and tucked it into her old faded backpack. Her own clothes were clean but clearly worn, the edges of her jacket frayed from too many days of use. Emma didn't mind, she never asked for new things. She had learned early to be responsible, to take care of Liam and herself, even if it was hard. Normally Liam stayed at home with their grandmother, but since Grandma passed away, Emma's mother worked long hours, leaving no one to watch him. Emma wished she could leave Liam with a neighbor or a friend's family, but no one was available. So today, Emma had no choice. She held Liam's hand tightly as they walked to school together, hoping the day would be kind to them both. As Emma and Liam entered the school building, the whispers grew louder. A group of kids spotted them right away. One boy laughed loudly, and started pretending to push an invisible stroller, making exaggerated baby noises. "Look, it's Emma's little baby," he jeered. Liam looked up at Emma, confused but still smiling. He didn't understand why the other kids were laughing. He held her hand tighter, seeking comfort in her steady grip. Emma kept walking, trying not to show how much the teasing hurt. But it was hard. Every laugh felt like a small punch. Suddenly a teacher stepped in front of Emma. "You can't bring your brother here," she said firmly. Emma nodded silently, but her throat felt tight and her eyes burned. She didn't say a word. Her silence was met with more stares from the other students. Emma's cheeks flushed as she tried to hold back tears. Liam tugged at her jacket, sensing her sadness. The teacher called the principal, Miss Reyes. She arrived quickly, her face serious but calm. Without a word, she motioned for Emma to follow her. Liam was handed to a kind staff member nearby, who smiled gently and promised to keep him safe. Emma walked behind Miss Reyes, heart pounding. The hallway seemed colder now. The principal's office door closed behind them, leaving the noisy school hallway and the mocking laughter far away. The principal's office was quiet, with only the soft ticking of a clock filling the space. Emma sat on a hard chair, her fingers twisting nervously in her lap. Miss Reyes looked at her with kind but serious eyes. "Emma," she said gently, "can you tell me why you brought your little brother to school today?" Emma swallowed hard. For a long moment she didn't say a word. Her eyes dropped to the floor. The weight of all the teasing and judgment seemed too heavy to carry alone. Finally, in a small voice barely louder than a whisper, Emma began. "My mom, she works a lot, 2 jobs, she's always tired, she doesn't get much sleep." Miss Reyes nodded, encouraging her to go on. "Our dad, he left us last year, he doesn't come home anymore." Emma's voice cracked. Grandma used to watch Liam while Mom was working, but she died 2 months ago. Emma's eyes filled with tears, but she blinked them away, trying to be strong. "I begged Mom to let me help. I didn't want to miss school, but I didn't want Liam to be alone, either." She looked up and met Miss Reyes' eyes, where tears were now shining. "I thought if I brought him with me I could keep him safe." Emma's voice grew softer. "Sometimes he gets scared. He cries at night. He doesn't like being by himself." She paused, then added quietly, "I even tried to call in sick today, but if I miss too many days, I might be held back a grade. I didn't want that." Miss Reyes wiped a tear from her cheek. Emma, she said, voice full of compassion, you're incredibly brave and responsible. It's clear you love your brother very much. Emma nodded slowly, still unsure if she was doing the right thing. Miss Reyes reached out and gently squeezed Emma's hand. Thank you for telling me. I'm so sorry you've had to face all this alone. Emma took a shaky breath and wiped her eyes. She felt a little lighter, as if someone finally understood. The principal sat back in her chair, thinking. We're going to figure out a way to help, okay? You shouldn't have to carry this by yourself. Emma gave a small hopeful nod, the first real sign of relief since the day had started. Miss Reyes sat quietly for a moment, her mind racing to find a solution. Emma's story had touched her deeply, and she knew the school had to do something. Emma, she said gently, thank you for being so honest. You showed a lot of courage today. She smiled softly. No child should have to face this alone. She picked up the phone and called a quick meeting with a few teachers. Within the hour, the school staff gathered in the principal's office, discussing how to support Emma and other students who might be in similar situations. The next morning, an announcement was made over the school loudspeaker. Miss Reyes' voice was calm and firm. We understand that sometimes families face tough challenges. Starting today, our school will open a family room, a safe space where students can bring younger siblings temporarily, if no other care is available. It's a place for kids to feel safe while their brothers or sisters are close by. Emma listened quietly from the back of the room, her heart pounding but hopeful. Later, Miss Reyes invited Emma to her office again. This time she reached out and gave Emma a warm hug. I'm sorry for how some people treated you today, she said softly. You're one of the strongest girls I've ever met, and we're here to support you. Emma felt tears well up but smiled faintly. For the first time she felt seen, not as a problem, but as someone worthy of kindness and care. As Emma left the office, Liam waited nearby with a staff member, happily playing with some toys in the new family room. After the announcement, things at school slowly began to change. The same kids who had laughed at Emma and Liam didn't know how to act around them anymore. The teasing stopped, but the awkward silence felt heavy. One day, Emma found a small drawing on her desk. It was from Liam, simple with bright colors and big smiles. Along with it was a note, written in shaky handwriting by one of the girls who had mocked her the most. The note read, "He's lucky to have you." Emma's heart skipped a beat. She didn't know what to say at first. She tucked the note into her pocket and glanced around. The girl who left it gave a shy smile as she walked by, quietly saying, "Sorry for before." Other students started to look at Emma and Liam differently. A few said hello in the hallways. Some even stopped to chat with Liam when he played near the family room. Emma didn't smile much, but something in her eyes softened. She felt less alone, not because she was pitied, but because she was finally understood. Though the past teasing still stung, Emma knew things were starting to change. Maybe school could be a place where she and Liam belonged after all. Weeks passed, and slowly things began to get better for Emma and Liam. Her mom's work schedule changed, so Liam no longer had to come to school with Emma. Instead he stayed safely at home, or with a trusted neighbor. But Emma still visited the family room sometimes. She helped by reading stories to the younger children who needed a safe place during the day. It made her feel proud to help others, just like she wished someone had helped her. One afternoon, Miss Reyes asked Emma to speak at a school assembly about kindness and understanding. Emma felt nervous standing in front of all the students, but she took a deep breath and began. You never know what someone is going through. Emma said clearly, before you laugh or make fun, try to understand. Everyone has their own struggles. The room was silent. For the first time many students truly listened. Afterwards, Emma felt a quiet strength inside her. She looked at Liam, who was playing nearby with other children, smiling without fear. As they walked home that day, hand in hand, Emma knew they were stronger together. No matter what challenges came their way, they would face them side by side, and in that moment, hope felt real, not just for Emma and Liam, but for anyone who's ever felt alone and misunderstood.